This is station W2XK, an experimental transmitter of the National Broadcasting Company. We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows.
I'm sure this occasion must be as gratifying to you as it is to me and to the rest of us. Ever since you joined the Radio Corporation of America some 14 years ago, you have heard us talk about this new child television. You've watched it come from the cradle and learn to creep, and today, I'm glad to say, marks a new epoch in the development of this child.
I suppose it really climaxes in the fact that you and I are the first actors on the television stage. It's always a great satisfaction when you get within the sight of the end of any great job nearing completion. The gentlemen who, I understand, are in a room somewhat distant from this studio are really seeing what is the result of many years of hard, unremitting effort on the part of our RCA research engineers.
Well, that's right, General. It seems rather anomalous for me to be an actor today. I thought a few months ago when we sold part of our interest in the RKO that I was getting out of the movie business. But here I am in it again. There's something tremendously fascinating about all these lights and the glamour, but I don't think you and I are going to be great competitors out in Hollywood with some of the other figures there.
Probably not, but I can perhaps judge it a little better if I take a look at you to see what the lights are doing.
All right.
Excuse me. I can't say that I'm actually glad to see you gentlemen this afternoon, but I am very glad to have you see me. And later on in the day, I hope to have the pleasure of meeting you. Goodbye, David.
See you later, General.
Mr. Lennox Law to see you, Mr. Sawdoff.
Will you send him in, please?
You come this way, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Sawdoff.
Hello, Mr. Law. How are you? What's on your mind today?
Well, it seems to me that this demonstration we're going to have today is going to open up a tremendous new field for the National Broadcasting Company.
Well, I hope it will. I'm sure it'll open up a new field for the entire radio industry. Of course, to you who have been trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable. And I want to take this occasion, Mr. Lord, to congratulate you and the boys who are working with you on the splendid results achieved. I know how hard they worked. I know that we've rushed them tremendously to make ready this particular demonstration, which really required some more time. But here we are, and I hope we'll have a show.
Thank you. Well, television, when it comes, is going to open marvelous opportunities for public education and entertainment. But it's also going to have serious problems in operation and in programming.
Yes, it'll have many problems on many fronts, and I'm glad that I don't have to solve them all myself. I'll let you boys do the rest. Well, now, as I understand it, there's some arrangement been effected here whereby a show will be put on. It will go over from here to the Empire State Building over the coaxial cable, and from there out in the air, and the results are to be seen on the 62nd floor of this building, I believe. And perhaps you and I would do better to go up there and look at some real actors.
That'd be very nice.
It is with much pleasure that the Radio Corporation of America welcomes its licensees to a demonstration today of television broadcasting. I will now introduce some of the early arrivals for the demonstration. Mr. Leslie Muter, President of the Radio Manufacturers Association for his third term.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen?
Mr. James Swank, the genial right hand of Mr. A. Atwater Kent.
I'm very happy to be present at this demonstration today.
Mr. Jack Rogers, Vice President of Crosley Radio Corporation and the radio industry's leading golf referee.
Glad to be here.
Mr. Ed Poor, Chairman of the Board of High Grade Sylvania and the only left-handed golfer that hits them straight.
I trust the machine is doing us justice. We were not selected for our appearance, but for our courage.
Mr. Harry Sparks, Vice President and General Manager of the Sparks Withington Company. We wish that his father, Captain Sparks, could also be present today.
He's playing down in Florida.
Mr. J.R. Howland of the Philadelphia Storage Battery Company.
It's a pleasure to be one of the early televisitors.
Mr. Ernest Alschuler of the Electrical Research Laboratories.
It is indeed a pleasure to be in this initial trial for television.
Mr. A.S. Wells, President of the Wells Gardner Company and the Sviziot Singing Club.
I'm very glad to be one of those who are present today.
Mr. Ben Abrams, President of the Emerson Company and a Director of the Radio Manufacturers Association.
Thank you for your invitation. I'm glad to be here with you.
The antenna from which the program will be transmitted is clearly visible from here on top of the Empire State Building. The receivers are located on the 62nd floor of the RCA building.
Visiting Virginia, the cradle of democracy, President Roosevelt dedicated Shenandoah National Park as America's newest vacation spot. The president pointed out the scenic beauty of the Old Dominion wonderland. At Monticello, the shrine of Thomas Jefferson, the president paid his tribute to the founder of democracy.
There are periods in history when one man seems great because those who stand beside him are small. Jefferson was great in the presence of many great and free men. Our problems of 1936 call us greatly for the continuation of imagination and energy and capacity for responsibility, as did the age of Thomas Jefferson and his fellows. It is not beyond our power to relight that sacred fire. There are no limitations upon the nation's capacity to obtain and maintain true freedom, no limitations except the strength of our nation's desire and determination.